Yo, welcome to the NFL Tuddy. Wait, hold on.
Hey, welcome to the Tuddy Buddy NFL show.
Thank you. I feel welcome.
I feel great to be with you.
We're pretty amped up right now, I think.
We've been a week off.
Yeah, we took a week off. Illness stops for no one.
It didn't stop for me.
And also, listen, after seeing game one, week one, which was Ravens-Chiefs, yeah. I felt that the Chiefs knew that they were not going to get glowing reviews from us.
Yep.
And I think they might have poisoned you. It's my hot take.
Yeah.
And they thought maybe a week, they're going to forget to talk about it. But I'm not.
No, I'm not going to forget to talk about it. The Ravens are our team.
Yeah. And they're going to be just fine.
They're going to be just fine. Unfortunately for us, the Chiefs look like they're going to be better than we thought.
Way better, actually.
Like really good.
They're like, just give them the Super Bowl now, kind of is how I feel.
Three-peat.
Yeah. They're going to do it.
Okay, yeah. Just like a little tidbit.
Yeah.
I was pretty upset that Derrick Henry didn't have a huge role.
Yeah, me too. He's my running back in fantasy. I don't know. Like, they gave him one touchdown, and then they're like, let's not do that
Was
anymore.
it game script kind of? I mean, they were down, and
I think that was it, but they just didn't really get him going.
How unlikely was it that Likely, showed out?
Good play on words. I will say, Mark Andrews is their number one tight end.
Yeah, he's on my starting fantasy team.
He looked like he was never going to play again. That's what he looked like. I don't know.
Whatever happened to that car crash, changed that man.
Yeah,
he's a different person.
Not in a good place. He caught one ball that I saw and just immediately crumpled to the ground.
Yeah,
it was like he was like, I can't.
It's weird.
Yeah,
like
so
the
that's
yips or something, right?
Something to watch. I'm worried. Okay, and you know what? That's a great lead-in. This has all been a great lead-in to today.
Yeah.
Listen, we got to catch up on week one. We got one game from week two in the books,
Yeah.
and we are ready to under or overreact to everything that's happened.
Yeah.
If you're not getting just a reaction, you're either getting an under or an over today. That's all we're doing.
Under, over, reaction.
Yeah.
Tuddy Buddy edition.
Tuddy Buddy. So anything else that we want to talk about from the Chiefs-Ravens game before we move on to other under-over reactions?
Just Andy Reid kind of cementing himself as that mastermind on offense, I think. And, like Xavier Worthy, 160 pounds, and he got 2 touchdowns.
Next Tyreek.
Yeah.
Know what he actually is? He's not Tyreek.
Darren Sproles.
He reminds me, Sproles is actually pretty good. He reminds me, the guy that Chiefs had that could never catch the ball.
Tony?
Yeah. Kadarius Toney. He's like Kadarius Toney, but if he could actually hold on to the ball once it was given to him.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like a Deshaun Jackson, I think is what he'll be.
And all of those are good comps. So they're...
Well, and Taylor was at the game, and obviously the Chiefs do pretty well with Taylor in the house.
Taylor shows up, they're gonna do a good job, and they did. So
I also just a funny thing I noticed is it was 4th and 3 or something, and they showed Harbaugh, and he's kind of like, yeah, whatever, go for it. His body language is kind of like,
whatever,
just do it.
I don't even care anymore.
I like that coach.
Yeah, you've kind of convinced me on him.
Yeah.
I didn't care for him previously, but I do now.
Just a quick little overreaction.
Yeah.
Technology is interesting. I'm using an Apple product and a Microsoft product, and they're communicating.
Yeah, it's never in my lifetime did I think I would see something like this happen, where you see a Windows and an Apple coexist,
and here's
the bumper sticker.
If it sounds like crap, sorry about that, but it's because of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on Windows.
Yeah, it's
Bill.
Bill Gates' problem,
not Michael.
No.
You want Michael Gates so bad today. Okay, then we had first time ever a Friday night game.
Oh yeah, in Sao Paulo.
In Sao Paulo,
yeah, Brazil.
On possibly the worst field ever.
Okay, I keep hearing this, man. I think that's an overreaction.
Okay,
I'm a turf guy.
You're a turf guy. You understand this stuff.
I just think that's kind of an overreaction. So it's fine for a World Cup, but it's not fine for NFL. And I know J.J. Watt's these are big 300-pound men, and soccer's these little skinny guys.
Yeah, I guess I just don't understand why, because it was grass, which everyone complains we want grass over turf.
It was kind of like some hybrid type of thing, I heard.
But They
But
said
grass.
they just tore it up like it was a different type of grass than what is used
For football?
for American football.
Yeah.
And it's like, how did they not know that? And or what are these different kinds of grass? I just don't understand.
Here's the other thing. Jordan Love didn't get injured because of the turf.
No,
There's
not at all.
someone named Carter that was a little bit dirty.
I mean, it was just a classic. One guy's holding your feet, and the other guy comes at your like knee/upper leg, and they go opposite directions.
Listen, I'm not a doctor. Like, I'm not going through, the cast thing here.
Great.
I don't know about all these bones and stuff, but it just seemed kind of dirty.
I call me dirty then, because I'm saying give me more.
Oh yeah, I mean
It's football. Listen. Sometimes people are going to get hurt. That's just a part of the game.
Okay, so do you think it's intentional?
Absolutely. If
You
I'm
do?
on defense, I want to injure every person I'm playing against.
Do you think is it Carter? Is that right? Jalen Carter? Or
I think
something?
so. I think
Is
that's
he?
his
Do you think that was intentional? Like he was holding his ankle in order to try to injure him, or is he just
No.
like? I mean, you're just grabbing what you can grab.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to tackle him. But I will say, as a defensive guy,
Yeah.
and if I'm in like my ultra competitive mode, it's a physical game. I'm trying to hit you as hard as I can.
And I think there's some
So-
disconnection going on in the brain, and like other stuff takes over.
Yeah.
He probably honestly doesn't even know that he grabbed him
So
like that.
I just think I'm tired of people being like, "Oh, he was trying to hurt him." Like he should have been trying to hurt him because that's what the
Okay,
game
Sean
is.
Payton.
So like, just be better and don't get hurt. That's the whole game of football.
You hate to see someone like Jordan Love go down. You hate to see it.
Yeah, but also like have a good backup. I don't understand. That's one thing I was talking to my wife about last night.
Okay.
Let me change my position here. I think it's very odd, especially after like last year being the most quarterbacks that ever played during a season,
Yeah.
that these teams don't get better backup quarterbacks.
Maybe they don't exist.
That's possibly true, but like they don't exist because the system doesn't allow them to.
Right.
Like have them practice different. Like you don't allow these guys to practice. That's why they're not as good.
Yeah.
So like you need to have a better plan B if you now live in this reality where at least one time during the season, pretty much, you're not going to have your starter in.
Especially with certain starters, like
Yeah.
we know for a fact they're going to go down.
So it just seems like the NFL needs to reevaluate the amount of value they're giving to their QB2s.
Roger Goodell, take notice.
Yeah, honestly, it's teams. It's
Well,
like, how do you guys
Roger
not
Goodell
see
could
this?
send out a memo.
Yeah, to the teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Good job, Roger.
So do you think Tannehill gets a job this week?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
I think the
Packers.
backup has never even played before. So.
Well, he played for the Titans a tiny bit.
Oh, it was Malik. I'm sorry. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about the guy after Malik.
Yeah, I don't even know who that. I hear the name. I'm like,
I
I've
think
never
it's a
heard
guy
of him.
who's never taken a snap.
Yikes.
And Malik, it might as well be that guy because he's
Yeah, it's almost worse.
absolutely horrible when you see him play.
With
So,
Malik, you know what you get. With the other guy, you don't
yeah.
know.
So, I before the Packers-Eagles game, I was like, Eagles are not good.
Yeah.
Packles
So we did
are good, and
a bet.
Yeah, we did a little betting, and
We looked at the over/under, whatever that line was,
Mm-hmm.
and I said Eagles are going to win outright.
Yep.
It's going to be over, and Saquon is going to be the first touchdown scorer.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me my flowers.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that because I did the opposite of you on everything.
Well,
that
you
we
said
bet.
over 2, I think.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that.
You got
I'll
that.
take credit for that.
Yeah.
But I was pretty contrarian. I was saying, Eagles probably are going to fold.
Yeah.
Packers,
Pack.
on the way to the Super Bowl. No, I didn't say that, but I kind of implied it. And I was wrong about everything I said.
Yeah.
And here's your flowers,
Yeah.
were right about all three things.
So I think the Eagles are a really good team. I think they're going to be a contender all year.
I think so too. I do think they do have flaws. Like there are flaws on that team.
Huh?
Yeah, but I will say they looked really good against the Packers.
Yeah, I think they're going to get better.
Yeah.
Packers are a good team too, which makes it
agree.
even more special. And it's not like Jordan Love was out in the first half.
No,
Like,
it was like the
that
very
was
end
a-
of the game.
a
It was
non-
over at that
yeah.
point.
It was a good game.
Yeah.
That was That almost felt like one of the best games of the week to me. We'll get to which game I thought was the best, but that was probably the second best to me.
Sure. Let me ask you this. This is something I'm realizing about myself in the last year or two. Have you had the opportunity to watch football games with other people present other than your family?
No, not in a while.
Okay. So I've done this recently a couple times, very rarely. And I realize I'm not good at watching a football game with other people present.
Yeah.
Because I don't really want to talk very much.
Yeah,
I just really want to watch the football. And I find it very distracting when people are around.
Yeah.
And so I had to I did that for the Packers-Eagles game. We were at our friend's house.
Ooh.
And I had to calm myself down because at first I wanted to shush them. And I was like, that's not appropriate and I can't do that here. But I was like, my natural instinct was I want everyone to shut up so I can watch and listen to football.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I haven't really even tried to watch it around other people.
Yeah. I've noticed it before when I've gone to Super Bowl parties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even like doing that.
Yeah, and I've noticed I don't really enjoy it so much. So here we are.
It's kind of funny, just like a side note. You go to a Super Bowl party, and it's the volume's down during the game, and then everyone's like, oh, commercial on. And I'm just, it's the opposite of what I would want to do.
Yeah, I think I want it all. I want the commercials, but
so
I also want I want to be in a movie theater.
What we need to do is you and I have to figure out a time to watch at least one game this year, just me and you. Yeah. I don't want wives or kids.
Yeah, just silence. There won't be any words spoken.
How about this? What if we do a live stream?
Whoa, I would love that.
During a game.
I would love that.
All right, we'll set it up for the nation, Tuddy Buddy Nation.
Yeah.
TBN.
We'll give you more deets on that. Okay, let's move on to more under/overreactions.
Okay.
Do you have any? You want to?
Well, Panthers are terrible.
Yeah.
There's a underreaction.
Yeah, I think that's generous. You're being very nice to them by saying it that way.
I heard you and I are pretty firm on this. We thought they were going to be 0 wins.
Yeah.
And we heard a lot of buzz no, they got a lot. No, they don't. No, they don't have anything going.
They're horrendous.
They're terrible.
I honestly think if you're in a fantasy league or if you're into betting, whoever they're playing, just get those players and bet on those teams.
Especially a running back.
Yeah.
Because they're just going to be leading.
Just and they like leading, but they can just continue to run 10 yards a carry.
Because also the Saints aren't going to be good. And they just hammered them.
No. We'll talk about our rankings and kind of our ranking systems later. But
they're bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. Pretty wild the way that game went. Okay. Can I do one?
Yeah.
Can I throw in
Yes.
I hope this is an overreaction, but I'm going to say it. Bengals are horrible. They're not a good team anymore. They're canceled. I'm done with the Bengals. That's my overreaction.
I heard something. I think it was on a fantasy podcast that the last 5 years or something. I forget how they presented this, but they haven't won, their first 2 games. Yeah. They're 0-for.
Yeah.
And their stats are terrible.
Yes. They are usually terribly. Very slow starting.
So maybe it's an overreaction.
It could be. I'm just worried about Burrow's weird wrist thing that he has.
Yeah, they kept showing it, right? I didn't even watch the game, but I saw some highlights, and the highlights are pretty much him looking at his wrist.
Yeah, he did that a bunch, and then I guess there's one clip that some people are saying it was him grabbing a water bottle, but then he had to use his other hand to help him adjust it in his hand. He couldn't just hold a water bottle. And take what you will from that. But
at least he's drinking water.
I'm just a little bit worried about them. Honestly, more as a team than just Joe Burrow. I think he'll probably be fine. But I just kind of think they're not what they were.
Yeah, we might have kind of seen a dive off a cliff or something, right?
Yeah.
I say that's a... Yeah, we hope. I don't even know. Do we hope they right the ship? I mean, I don't have any...
I think I like when the Bengals are good, but I don't care that much.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Here's maybe eat crow.
Okay.
I mean, my top 10 QB, Will Levis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
there's still time. He could still be a top 10.
Yeah.
There was a lot of guys who didn't play very well this week. Actually, across the board.
Yeah, Caleb.
It was very weird. the majority of QBs didn't throw for over 250 yards this
I
week,
heard about that.
which is like never. That's
weird.
very low. So he might be a top 10 guy.
Yeah, he looks bad.
Yeah, I wonder if they're still trying to figure out what they are.
I think they are. I saw a clip from Callahan where he, I don't know, it could have been a fake thing. I don't know.
Okay.
But it was a
Kind of
quote
like an AI deep
It
fake.
was a quote that said, if we would have just punted on first down, we probably would have won the game. If someone can confirm that.
Yeah, that's a really rough quote if he said that. It's
I
also
hope he did, though, because it's like, put that guy on notice.
Yeah, you got to let your players know, like, hey, got to see better performance from you.
Yeah, because, the defense played great.
Okay. Do you have any, for your Titans, any other over/under reactions?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just get better.
Yeah.
That's my reaction.
Here's one that's kind of about the whole this whole game matchup that happened in week 1. Steelers-Falcons.
Ugh.
Steelers won. So the Falcons are horrible. They're still not good. They can't figure it out for whatever reason. Kirk Cousins maybe just needs to retire, I think.
Well, are the Falcons kind of getting that Bengals, either just a slow start?
It could be. It could be the fact that Cousins maybe just isn't all the way recovered.
Yeah.
But also, maybe that's why they drafted Penix, because they were like,
he's not that good.
He's not good anymore.
Do you know, so I read something about in the different formations they use, when they were in pistol, they ran the ball, X percent of the time. When they were in shotgun, they ran it 0 times. So it's like they had a give.
Oh.
And the defense was just like, okay, they're running.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. I just think it was a bad game plan, kind of.
Yeah. And the Steelers do have a good defense.
You love defense.
I do love defense.
And you love the Steelers defense.
I do. I don't love the Steelers, though, so it's kind of, I'm torn on it.
What's kind of interesting about the Steelers defense is they have players.
Yeah.
But I feel like they just have 2 or 3 that I could even name right now.
Same.
But they're very good.
Yeah.
It's
basically just Watt out there.
Yeah.
They do have other people, I know. But it's basically just Watt running around.
Yeah.
That's how I imagine them.
And that's TJ Watt, not JJ Watt.
Yeah, correct.
Just some of these. We have international customer or listeners base.
Yeah.
And so they're not, sometimes they might not know, is JJ and TJ, is that the same person?
Yeah.
They're brothers.
They're 2 brothers. And you might go, what? But
there's a commercial that makes me laugh. Do you laugh at that commercial where it's
I kind of was like, oh.
And Tua's in it.
Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Give me another under or overreaction. Anything?
Is there a certain game you're looking at, or are we just talking week 1?
No, just give me week 1.
It was just a weird week, and I think that probably happens almost every year. But
yes,
a lot of players just were so underwhelming.
Yeah, across the board, it feels more and more like the NFL treats week 1 as preseason.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
It just kind of feels like no one is really. It's like, okay, this is our real first warm up game, and then we'll see about next week.
Here's a little headline.
Yeah,
Sam Darnold. The real deal?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a headline, and I didn't want to call it a headline, and I did. So.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I liked it. Would you say overreaction on that one? If you would say, for those that are saying he's here, and he's arrived finally in his 6th year?
I'm optimistically saying I'm getting kind of confused on this whole under-over thing.
I think everyone is. It doesn't really
I'll
matter.
say underreaction.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do I hear maybe Sam Darnold top
MVP?
10? MVP.
No, I don't want to go that far. But I think Sam Darnold is going to be up there in touchdowns.
I think Kevin O'Connell can make him work. That's what I think. I think he's like a serviceable, probably the same that you would get from JJ type player.
Okay, here's just a funny, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone thinks he's going to start, and then all of a sudden, an hour before, he's not.
Yep.
And then Jared Mason or something Mason, I
Yeah.
forget his first name. He's like, yeah, I knew I was going to start since Friday.
Yeah. There's some funny business going on.
Yeah. So what's the deal there?
I think for sure they knew that McCaffrey wasn't going to play, but they didn't want to tip their hand on that.
Yeah. It didn't even matter.
No, not at all. Mason looked phenomenal.
Yes.
And so I picked him up on my fantasy team. The Jets didn't look great. They looked kind of on and off good.
I would say that's more of the 49ers just being dominant.
I agree. I think I agree with that. 49ers looked almost kind of in the same way that the Chiefs looked dominant against the Ravens.
So I'd say Ravens are a lot better than the Jets.
Yeah.
But I will say the 49ers seem better than the Chiefs.
Yes. But those, I think, out of what we've seen so far, looked like the two most dominant teams.
Yeah.
Where it was just like, wow, they're in like postseason form already. It kind of looked like, whereas all the other teams, it was like, oh, they look rusty.
Yeah, it's like the Eagles, like they had a great win, but they didn't look polished at all.
No.
They look good, but not like Super Bowl ready.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs and 49ers.
Yeah.
Also, I'll say the Lions and the Rams.
I was going to bring up that game as well.
That was the best game of the week.
I agree. Felt like a playoff game. I think we were texting each other during it, and it was like, whoa, this is a different type of football than what we've seen so far.
Yeah. I was kind of torn in that game. I was sort of rooting for LA a little bit.
Okay.
Which is kind of, I'm a Detroit Lions fan, kind of. But
I was just kind of rooting for everyone, I think, in that one. It's kind of a bummer, though, because as good as the Rams played, they also lost like most of their offensive line and Puka Nacua. And it just we kind of talked about it before the season. That's the worry with the Rams, is that like everyone on that team is going to get hurt. That's
kind of, I'm just going to point out, you said something there. We really help you guys out. Like we tell you what's going to go on. We're not just talking to talk.
No.
We're pretty informed. And
we don't own a crystal ball, but I would say only because we don't need one.
No, I look in this guy's eyes and it's a crystal ball.
I got two balls right in front of me, and I mean that your eyes is what I'm talking about.
This is a family show.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else from week 1 before we get into just the last night's game?
Let me look here real quick.
Yeah,
so
take a look through, because I'm thinking we talk about last night's game and then maybe reveal our week 1 rankings, our rankings of teams after week 1.
Yeah, and I'll just say there were some pretty interesting games kind of in that middle where Chargers.
Oh,
just totally dominant, a little bit inept on offense, but it didn't matter. Like
I didn't get to watch that game.
It was like, I don't know,
because my wife is a Broncos fan, so we had to watch the Broncos game at that time slot, which was
they were different slots.
Pretty hard to watch.
Overreaction, underreaction. I just don't even care about the Broncos and the Seahawks.
Yeah, the first half, both teams looked like they were desperately trying to lose. And then the second half, the Seahawks played normal, and the Broncos continued to be bad. That's the whole game. So I want to hear more about the Raiders-Chargers.
Bo Nix, what do you say? Yes or no?
I mean, he is a player, so yes. But no, he's not good at football.
Okay.
He's fine. He can deliver a screen pass and hand someone a handoff.
Really?
Besides
so it wasn't good?
that, it was
ugly.
If I'm going to Madden rate him, if I'm going to give him an overall in Madden,
68.
Yeah, that's exactly the number I was going to say. 68.
So Chargers Raiders was a good game. The Raiders have a really good defense.
Yes.
You can tell that. I think what was cool is it was just a very physical game.
Yeah.
Harbaugh did what he wanted to do.
I like
beat
that.
him in the trenches.
Yep.
I think Herbert, he threw one touchdown to McConkey.
Okay.
Which was like a bonus, kind of.
Yeah, I love that.
I think we'll see that a lot with the Chargers, where it's very run heavy.
Yeah, a lot of field goals.
Herbert has like high percentage completion and 2 touchdowns, but
I was kind of thinking about this last night because I've on the various sports talk media that I've listened to, a lot of people are giving Harbaugh and Greg Roman's offense like a lot of crap about it just seemed kind of like Justin Herbert didn't get to like shine. And
hey, it's a team sport. It's not a player. Like, it's not a vanity sport. Come on.
And I think that's what it is. I think that the media and really a lot of football now is so taken with like the way that fantasy football works, where it's like everyone has to like have these big highlight reel plays. And I just think Harbaugh doesn't even think like that at all. Like he's like, get a win. I don't care how you get a win.
Yeah.
If it's all field goals and the other team doesn't get enough points, then
a win is a win.
A win's a win.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to get you famous. And I kind of appreciate that. Like,
I love that.
I'm kind of just over the like, oh, well, it has to be flashy, or I don't. It's like, no, just get it done.
Just to like, even add to that point.
Yeah,
the fantasy football like quarterback rankings. Justin Fields is like ranked top 10 for this week.
Yeah, that's true.
So it just showed like people are so wrapped up in that, like, oh, well, if he adds 5 yards on the ground and then he passes for a 2-yard screen and a yard after catch, it's like, just win a ball game. Yeah. Play ball, play a physical game.
I like the guy that you just were when you were, whoever you were mocking just now. I like that. That's a fun guy. I want to come back to that character.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll bring him on the show someday. Again,
I would love to maybe have a segment where I get to interview him and kind of his thoughts on football.
That'd be good.
Okay. Yeah. No, I agree. I'm very happy they won, and I think I agree with you that the Raiders' defense is, I think, maybe underrated overall because the Raiders as a team is not good.
Yeah.
So I think that the fact that they were able to win, and kind of, it seems like just from watching the score throughout the game, it seems like the Chargers were in control pretty much the whole time.
They kind of were, but honestly, it was J.K. Dobbins broke like 2 really good runs.
Okay.
Besides that, it was like 2 yards carry.
Okay. Well, that's interesting then. Yeah, I think the Chargers will be better than at least what I'm hearing people talk about them right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Honestly, so I mean, I have really high rankings, whatever. I'm not backing down from that.
Wow.
After week 1, I am not backing down.
You still think, what did we say, like 15 wins?
Yeah. I'm not backing down.
I like it.
So we watched a little Harbaugh clip from
we did.
13 years ago.
Yeah.
And
him coaching other coaches.
He was coaching other coaches about quarterbacks.
Yeah, in some like gymnasium with an overhead projector.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at one point, like, I kind of was sort of like not dozing off, but like not paying attention.
Sure.
And Harbaugh all of a sudden was like, I need to win.
Yeah.
I want to win. I need to win. And it's just like,
yeah.
That's who he is. Like, he doesn't care if Herbert throws 3 touchdowns.
Doesn't matter at all.
He doesn't care if Gus Edwards runs for 3 touchdowns or J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever. Win the game.
Yeah, that's all that matters. And I appreciate it. I think that's a phenomenal, really cool, like old school football culture that doesn't exist a lot anymore.
We need more of that. And then, okay, are we to this week?
Let's talk Bills Dolphins Thursday night.
Terrible game. Great game for the Bills.
Yeah, good job, Bills.
I hate how Waddle and Tyreek are just sitting on the bench chilling in the 3rd or 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Just not team play. Man, it pissed me off, dude. I would hate to be on that team.
Yeah, I So as long as we're doing underreaction, overreaction, I don't even think this is an overreaction. I don't think the Dolphins are good at all anymore.
No, I mean, they barely beat the Jaguars week 1.
I don't know what's going on with Mike McDaniels. I was talking because I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah.
I think he's a cool guy, cool, young, kind of different kind of coach.
Yep.
But it almost seems like, and this is really reading into things way more and speculating, but I'm going to do it anyway. He came in with this kind of new look and that's kind of made a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks like this weird Miami Coke dealer now.
Yeah.
But I kind of do think that he maybe has bought into his own hype a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's not, like, I want nerdy Mike McDaniels back.
Yeah.
The one that, like, probably just stays in his office and thinks of cool football stuff all the time instead of, like, going to cool restaurants around Miami.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And so it seems like their team's kind of just mediocre.
They're too flashy, and then when it's not working, there's nothing they can do.
There's no plan. Yeah, there's no second gear to shift into.
Just the fact that like the starting wide receivers are sitting out once it's a blowout, like just give up. Yeah, whatever. They weren't like team players with all the other guys. It just sucked.
Yeah, I don't like
Tua's
that.
done.
Tua needs to just go ahead and retire because I don't want to watch him die on TV, which I think might happen. Like, I don't think he's going to make it through the season.
I read something today that said, they're looking to sign a backup.
Yeah.
Which made me think, like, dude, he's out at least multiple weeks, maybe more, maybe like forever.
I mean, okay, so obviously last season he got very lucky. There was no concussions the entire season.
Was it all year? It's like that compilation they showed. Was that
was all from the previous year.
Okay, so last year we had nothing.
Nothing at all last year.
Just good health.
The year before, he had a bunch of concussions.
Yeah, like 3, I think.
And even to the point where after that season, he had came out and said, I'm contemplating retiring from the NFL over this. He then has a season without any. But I would imagine you have one again and you're like, well, medically, like, we don't really know. We don't know what each concussion does. We don't know where the line is.
Well, I mean, you kind of see some of the things that happen with former players.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
So, like...
But medically, they don't know...
what that line is.
Exactly. Which concussion is, like, the last safe one before you just start losing mental capabilities.
Well, shoot. By the way, he was playing before the concussion. He maybe just lost some...
That's what I'm saying. I think maybe he might have gotten one in practice, and he's... So, anyway, if I'm... Just from the player perspective of Tua... dude, you got to retire for your own safety.
I mean, he's made enough money, probably.
Yeah, and from the if you're the team, I would also want him to retire because I can't rely on you at all.
Right, you can't build around that.
No, I mean, literally, you have to put all your resources into making sure your quarterback doesn't get hit.
Yeah,
which limits what you can do.
Well, and he's shown that he's not responsible enough with his body where he's going to go out and try to get... He already had the first down by like 3 yards, and he puts his head down into DeMar.
Yeah. And kind of ironic how who delivered the concussion.
Yeah, you can tell DeMar was like worried about him too.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because, I mean, DeMar's just there like trying to make a tackle, and all of a sudden Tua's just like putting his head into his chest. I feel like DeMar's probably like, hey, don't kill me, man.
No, whoa! I've already been through this once. Yeah, all-time injury event, one moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know what to do with the Dolphins. I'm really bummed because my entire fantasy team is built around those two receivers. So Tyreek and Waddle, have them both. They're both my starting.
Were you a little nervous about his law enforcement issue?
I was a little nervous the morning of, but he came back from that just fine.
Yeah.
Anything to say on the law enforcement
Tyreek. I can't stand Tyreek.
Well, you can't. Okay. I will say I was not a huge fan of him previously. The way he handled the police thing, in the moment, not so much. He did do some things that like made it worse.
Yeah.
But I think in the aftermath, he owned that stuff.
Yeah.
I think he handled it pretty well. It made me kind of respect him a little bit more.
Do you see the interview where he's like, no, he got to go. He's got to go. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm totally on board with that too. Like, I think, he's got to go. Like, that's messed up.
Yeah. The way, after I watched the body cam footage, I was like, Miami PD, like, yikes.
Drop the ball.
Yeah. Big time. It's,
I didn't even watch it actually.
Not a good look. Not a good look. So, and especially like the most famous sports player in your city.
It's kind of just like whoever that officer was.
Yeah.
Like, just
ignorant.
Yeah. Just kind of dumb.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
And
not that you should have given him a free pass.
Exactly.
It's just like,
but like,
don't
just
be an idiot about it.
Yeah. Like, okay. First of all, you pull over this guy in this phenomenally nice car.
Yeah.
So, probably a big deal.
Yeah.
You pull him out of the car. You probably should recognize who it is at that point. But if you don't, it's probably a high profile person.
I mean, they're like literally outside the stadium.
Yeah. So especially like cameras are now coming around you.
Yeah.
How are you
Teammates.
So dumb that you don't know to handle yourself like on your best behavior for that one pullover?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? So
they're not everyone's as level headed as us.
Well, they shouldn't be cops. We should be cops.
I don't even really want to be a cop.
Millionaire cops.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to be paid $1 billion. I want to be a cop, but not in any danger. And I don't want to do the cop job.
I'd be a cop for a team, for the NFL team.
Yeah.
Like security.
Oh, I would do security for sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a cop at all. I respect what they do. That's not a job I ever want to do.
No.
I think, remember, there was a time in our lives where we talked about it.
Yeah. I mean, I think we'd be great cops, but.
Yeah.
Just
also like reluctantly great cops.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be here, but I'll do a great job.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm sure that's a good place to stop on that topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to talk about our rankings?
Yeah, let's talk about rankings.
So we do a kind of behind the scenes rankings, and I actually updated mine since last night.
Ooh.
So it's a little bit skewed.
Okay, I did, but I recorded what I had before.
Yeah, see, I didn't. Yeah, I wish I would have. But, well, I maybe texted it to you. I could probably find it.
I have your top 5. I know that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
But, so we're both looking at a little bit different things. I don't think we even divulge what we're looking at, right?
No,
Yeah.
we have different formulas for coming up with our rankings.
Yeah. And it's going to evolve as the year goes on,
Yes.
I think. But actually, it might not, because I was thinking about it. I think what I have in there is what I want.
Okay. And I've told you, yeah, because I've been doing this now for a couple years.
Yeah, you're a veteran.
And you then you were like, I'm going to do a similar thing, but different, different system, different ranking system this year. So I kind of had tweaked mine in previous seasons, but this is, I think, I've gotten what I like.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited to hear yours. I just can't wait.
Yeah, well, so just weekly rankings, right? So it's going to be pretty crazy week 1. The Saints are my number 1 team.
Yeah. Yep. And should we just agree? Should I say what mine are yet, or should I keep mine a secret? Should we just go through the places and we'll say where we agree, disagree?
Yeah.
Okay. So I also have the Saints,
and I
as my
disagree.
number 1 team. Yeah, I hate it, but week 1 every year I've found the information is totally skewed, and it's just a really weird. It always comes out really weird. So Saints are currently my number 1 team in the NFL.
So I think my number 2 is the Vikings. I'm pretty sure.
Yep, mine is as well.
Okay, I mean, after week 1, yeah, I think they're up there. I would say not. I would disagree though. They're not number 2.
Yeah, I don't think they'll stay there. But both these teams, by my metrics, because I think we keep them different. But I'm mostly going off of points scored for week 1. That's usually like wins, losses, and then points scored.
The points scored, or the points are a huge deal, especially as the other factors happen. Then the other factors will skew more, I think. But yeah, the first game, it's like points are such a big
That's kind of all that matters at that point. So, okay, who do you have at 3?
Chiefs.
Okay, I have the Cowboys at 3.
Interesting.
And that's...
Well, they scored more points, but they gave up more points.
Yep.
I have something else that kind of skews after that I don't want to tell you.
Yeah, no, I like that it's kind of a secret. What do you have for 4? Fourth?
Cowboys.
Okay, and I have Bucks.
Okay, I have the Bucks as 5.
Okay, I have the 49ers as 5.
Yeah, I have them as 6.
Okay, I have the Chargers at 6.
I have the Chargers at 7.
Okay, I have the Bears at 7.
Okay, so I don't know where the Bills were on my list,
Yeah.
but the Bills are right now number 2 after last night.
Sure. Okay.
But I bet the Bills were somewhere in this range
In here? Okay. So I have the Bears at 7, and then the Chiefs finally at 8 for me.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's where we'd kind of differ. I don't know what the stat is that's throwing us that far off, but yeah, I have everything else seems like it's pretty much locked in, but the Chiefs, for whatever reason, is way down my list.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I like to keep a little mystery for the
Yeah, no, I kind of like that
listeners.
too. What do you have? Okay, now we're at 9.
What was the last one I said? Steelers? Chargers?
You said because then you thought the Bills. What do you have at 8?
So Steelers.
Steelers at 8. Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. What do you have at 9?
Bears.
Okay. Wow, I have the Dolphins at 9.
So the Dolphins could have been there, but they moved down a ton after last night.
Okay, this is where now we're kind of hitting the middle section. It's going to get real weird, I bet.
Ryan, I don't even know. Should we keep going or?
I have a 3-way tie for 10.
I mean, I have some ties too, but I've just been.
You just kind of went through them.
I broke them, I guess.
I haven't had any ties so far, but at 10, I have Lions, Steelers, and Seahawks.
So I have Patriots, Seahawks, Lions.
Okay. Then finally at 13 for me, I have the Bills.
Okay, I have the Eagles.
Okay.
I feel like this might be bad radio.
Yeah, now at this point, I think after the top 10, let's just fast
I like
forward.
how I call this radio too.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's radio. Last place
Bottom
team.
5?
Yeah, bottom 5. Let's go bottom 5.
Panthers and Giants are the bottom 2.
Yeah, I have Panthers, and it's in that order. Panthers are the worst, and then the Giants.
And then I have the Browns and Commanders and Jets.
I have them, those three teams too, just in a different order. So Browns, Jets, and then Commanders are the best of the worst.
Interesting.
So yeah,
but after last night, the Dolphins are actually the bottom three. But it's skewed because they played a game the other ones haven't.
Right, and that's where I haven't computed mine yet. But I am very excited for next week because that's when they start to kind of come.
Oh man, I can't wait for like mid-season.
Yeah, we'll have some really good fun rankings to share. So maybe we'll do that next time in a slightly different way that's less confusing, where we don't just start saying team names and numbers. But we'll get that to you guys.
I think what we'll probably do is a top 10 ranking.
Yeah.
And then a bottom 5.
Yeah, I like that. And then, you just kind of know the other guys are just middle.
Yep.
Just who cares?
So I feel like we should close it out kind of, but maybe let's look ahead to this week. Are there any games you kind of have, circled you want to watch?
On my calendar? Let me just give it a quick look here. So I will say I'm excited about 49ers Vikings, but that's mostly just to watch the 49ers play again.
Yeah, and the coaches.
Yeah, I don't really think that the Vikings have much of a shot in that game. I just am excited to see the 49ers play.
You never know, man.
Let's see. Another one like that, Chargers-Panthers.
Yeah.
I want to see
domination.
Yeah. If it's not a dominant game, I will be concerned. Because it feels like the Panthers are a team that you can test, basically your ceiling against. You should be able to see exactly how good your team can be.
But they're not even going to do that. They won't do it with Jim. It's just going to,
It'll
they
just
won't.
be regular football.
Yeah, it'll probably be 21-0.
Yeah, which is great. That's fine.
I think Eagles-Falcons will be kind of cool because I think we'll see, are the Falcons better than we were or are they bad? And then also the Eagles, are they...
Yeah.
Can they dominate a team that's struggling or what are we going to see? And it's Monday night prime time.
Yeah, I like that. I'm looking at these. There's a lot of games where it's
not a whole lot of really exciting matchups.
Not exciting. I view them almost as games where I'm thinking I feel that I know who should win. And so if it goes differently, then I'll feel concerned or that'll change my opinion of teams. So, for example, I said, Chargers, Panthers.
So let's go ahead. Let's go through. Let's end this out quickly.
Yeah.
We're really quick, rapid fire. We're gonna say who's gonna win.
Okay.
I'm gonna read them.
Great.
49ers, Vikings.
49ers.
Okay. Seahawks, Patriots.
Seahawks.
I'm saying Patriots.
Yeah, that's weird.
Giants, Commanders.
Commanders. That's a really bad game.
Commanders better win.
Yeah.
Chargers, Panthers.
Chargers.
Yep. Saints, Cowboys.
Cowboys better win.
That's a good tipping of all this crappy week 1 stuff.
Yes.
Cowboys will dominate. Colts, Packers.
Colts should win because of the backup situation.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll pick Colts. Browns, Jaguars.
Jaguars need the win.
Browns need the win.
Yeah.
I'll pick Browns.
Okay.
Jets, Titans.
Jets need to take this one.
Man, the Titans' defense is good though.
I know.
It's gonna be a tough one, but yeah, Jets win. Buccaneers, Lions.
Lions better win.
Lions will win. Ravens, Raiders, Ravens. Gosh.
Ravens again better win.
Yes, but that's the game I want to circle. I'm gonna circle that one. Rams, Cardinals.
I want the Rams, but I don't know. That's because of all the injuries. I'm worried.
Rams are gonna win. Okay. Cardinals suck. Bengals, Chiefs.
Chiefs are gonna win.
Yeah.
I think. I just don't think that Bengals are good.
This will be a good one to see. Can they step up?
Yeah.
Being the Bengals. Steelers, Broncos. Steelers.
I think the Steelers could shut out the Broncos.
Yeah.
So.
Bears, Texans.
Texans.
Yeah, Texans are good.
Yeah.
Falcons, Eagles.
Eagles, I think.
Eagles by a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's it.
Great job.
Hey, we got them, guys. We got our picks.
So there you go. If you're betting just straight up who's going to win in FanDuel, we just gave you all the answers. Gave you all the answers to the test.
So what I think Nikolai and I don't think we've said our names this episode yet. So Nikolai and I will do probably some more formal lines.
Yeah.
We're talking money lines, not other lines.
Yeah,
not blurred lines.
Yeah. Not lines of some kind of substance.
Yeah. COCAINEs.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna do some lines together via text. And I think we'll come back next week and we'll say like, hey, we were right on like with Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, we'll let you know how we
Eagles.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna keep. Oh, I will say. So yeah, I nailed that Eagles one.
Yeah.
I did not nail about 3 other ones. I can't remember which ones they were that we tried. Like I said, the Rams are gonna win. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you were about half your picks hit.
Yeah.
Every one of mine lost. I'm pretty sure, except for going over on the Eagles Packers.
Yeah. Well, and even like the Chargers Raiders, for whatever reason, I mean, the over under is like 40 points. I thought for sure they would get like 21-23 or something.
Yeah.
But no.
Further proving to me, like, and I've done this experiment before, but I should not be betting money, and I don't. I don't bet money on the games. I just guess.
No, listen, we both drive Toyotas.
Yeah.
We're modest people.
Or, I don't have money to throw away.
Yeah.
I have money to win. I would love to win, but I can't. I'm not good at it.
Thank you for listening this week.
Tuddy Buddies, so glad you're here.
Yeah. So I kind of still sound a little sick.
Yeah.
And I hope next week I sound better.
I think you will. That's my prediction.
Well, I hope that's an underreaction. I hope I feel amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right.
See you next week.
Bye.